Sue Bird won 4 WNBA championships. She was an All-Star 13 times, one of the more decorated basketball players in history, and also a 5-time Olympic gold medalist. Just named USA Basketball Women's National Team Managing Director. That's a hell of a title there. Is that on your business card? And what exactly does that mean, Sue?
Need like a business index card at this point or whatever. Managing director. It's basically what Grant Hill did for the men's team. So like a GM, pick the coach, pick the players, and then win some gold medals.
How do you deal with players lobbying you now or being your friend or sending you gifts or cards or flowers?
If only I were that easy. No, I mean, obviously I've been in the women's game for so long. So of course I have friends and relationships, people I played with, against, are going to be in this pool. But that's just where my experience, my perspective, my understanding of what makes teams great and how to build that and how people have to complement each other. That's where that just comes into play. And that's what's going to be guiding me. It's not going to be flowers or gifts.
Would you have put Caitlin Clark on the Olympic team?
Right now?
No, no. This past Olympic team.
I knew you were going to ask this question. Honestly, I have to just say that I respected the committee's job. I understood what was at play. I understood the pros and the cons, I guess, if you want to lay it out that way. And I think at the end of the day, it's hard to criticize a gold medal. A lot of people see the final game against France. They see, only winning by a couple points, and they view that as some sort of like indicator. But the reality is we've been having close games at the Olympics for years. I can attest to that. So that wasn't really that new. Winning a close game like that wasn't new. That didn't have anything to do with the roster.
Yeah, I think it was best for both. And I said that at the time. I thought she had played a lot of basketball. I think she was tired. She needed a break. I didn't think she earned it. And there were other players who probably were in front of her who didn't make it as well. I'm going to guess she'll probably be on the next Olympic team. Just guessing.
I mean, TBD. Yeah. We got 3 years.
How's your jumper?
I still got it. Now the moving like side to side, that's a little tougher, but the jumper's still there.
Do you ever show up at a park and just start shooting?
No. I have a friend who coaches at a nearby college. I'll just grab the keys from her. But sometimes I walk by parks and I assess.
What do you think about your Knicks stealing 2 games in Boston?
Oh gosh, I couldn't be happier. I mean, I think the Detroit series just set them up for this. It gave them something, a mental toughness that you're not really seeing in a lot of other teams right now.
Would you give up one of your gold medals if it meant the Knicks were going to play in the NBA Finals? No guarantee they would win. Would you give up a gold medal?
Absolutely not. And I love the Knicks. Come on. What are we talking about?
You got 5 of them. Come on. If it meant the Knicks. No?
No. And I feel bad saying that. I've been waiting for this type of run. We all have for a really long time. I remember my 8th grade graduation. I was like, if there were smartphones then, I would have been at my 8th grade graduation watching the finals games.
You ever worn a gold medal socially?
No.
Okay.
Imagine. Right. They'd be like clanging around. It'd be too loud.
I would do it. I wouldn't wear out. I mean, imagine Michael Phelps. He went out and had, what's he got, like 20? It hurt his back if he had all 28 medals.
A
couple of things. Now, you have a new podcast, Bird's Eye View, that launches May 16th. And also you do A Touch More, the podcast every Thursday with Megan Rapinoe. Mm-hmm. Where is the game going if you look at another country that's developing talent on the women's side? Because we look at France, Africa for the men's side. Australia has put out some good players. But if you were looking, handicapping 5 years down the road, the country to keep an eye on is who?
I think right now it's France. It's always been Australia. So it feels like that's just like, yes, there's some highs and lows, some plateaus, but they just keep it coming. And then, the African nations, Nigeria has done a tremendous job in the last couple of Olympics. Some of that is that there's actually Americans that play on those teams, play on the Nigerian team, play on the French team. Some of it's that those players are now coming to the WNBA more As that money increases, I expect that to increase like tenfold, and that's going to really change things up.
I guess compare and contrast the coverage when you were a rookie in the WNBA to what that coverage is like now.
Interestingly, when I first got to the WNBA, it had a little bit of that high still. Like there was a residual high from when the league first started, the excitement, and it really didn't start to kind of plateau and dip until a year or two later. So my rookie year, with a couple of exceptions, there was excitement. There was coverage. There was, I'd get invited to different shows, or maybe something like the ESPYs in a different way. And then it started to take a little bit of a dip, and then it started to plateau. But no, my rookie year was never anything like what we're seeing now.
What would be your UConn women's Mount Rushmore?
It's pretty easy, actually. Diana, Brianna Stewart, Maya Moore, and we'll go Rebecca Lobo.
You could say you if you wanted to.
I know, but
yeah. Well, Lobo started it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So one.
If anyone gets a statue, it's Rebecca Lobo.
Oh, a statue.
Yep.
Okay. Does Gino get a statue at UConn?
Rebecca gets one first.
Really?
Yeah. There's only one statue on campus. It's of Jonathan the Husky dog. So
okay,
it's only right.
Okay.
Rebecca first.
Does Hurley get a statue or Gino?
Okay, I'll give it to him.
Okay.
Coach Auriemma.
What's your favorite Auriemma story though that you tell?
Oh my God. What kind of program is this?
You can tell me. He used to say to me, he goes, I have to talk to my wife, it's that time of the month and I'm dealing with these women, and I'm just like he was saying, dealing with you guys at practice sometimes. And I go, okay, I never thought of that, but
yeah, well, you know what they say, like when women are around each other a lot, they start to like sync up in that way. He was in on that. We caught a lot of that attitude also.
When did you get to the point where you could make fun of him?
Yeah. Or when?
Yeah.
You can do it. He likes it when you're a player. Like he wants you to react and respond. Okay. So he's okay with a little. He's okay with it. I think my favorite story is, and I actually just told this one recently. I got his permission, so we're good.
Okay.
We're playing Tennessee, obviously huge rivalry. We don't play well in the first half. We look scared, nervous, all the things. He comes in at halftime and he holds up his fingers like an okay sign, but super tight, just curls that finger super tight. And he says, "Do you know what this is? This is all your butthole right now." And, that kind of explains it. The message came across loud and clear.
Congrats on the new title. Congrats on the podcast. And it's great to see you. Thank you again.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
That's Sue Bird. Okay. But she got permission from Gino Auriemma. Oh, I knew where we were going. I remember we had him on one day, and I said, he started telling me about dealing with, his players. He goes, I talk to my wife like certain times of the month. I'm dealing with them, and I'm like, why is this guy? This one's crying. This one's in a good mood. But he brought it up. What a career she's had. Gosh, be hard pressed to. That's 5 Olympic gold medals, 4-time WNBA champ, 2-time national champ at Connecticut. That's quite a resume there. Now the USA Basketball Women's National Team Managing Director. And her new podcast, Bird's Eye View, launches Friday, May 16th, and she co-hosts A Touch More, the podcast every Thursday with Megan Rapinoe.